Hey guys, happy Friday. I desperately need to clean my desk, so there's no like real art video today, but it's more of like an organizational and cleaning video. I know, really exciting, right? Cleaning your desk and keeping an organized workspace for your art is really important because it not only helps you streamline your art process, but it also kind of helps relieve stress. That way you're not fumbling around for the right tool for the project that you're working on. It's super important, and unfortunately I don't practice what I preach enough. So I'm going to go ahead and just pretty much clear off my entire desk, and then I'm just going to wipe it down because Inktober happened. I'm going to wipe it down really good, and I'm just going to pretty much go through all the supplies that I have. See, pretty much take stock of what I do have, maybe possibly what I might want or need, and yeah. So also it's a really good way to take inventory of what you have. So I'm gonna pretty much just clean everything and organize, and it'll be a good day. Alright, so this part of my desk is cleaned off, so I'm just gonna spray it. This is just an essential oil spray. It's lavender vanilla, so there's lavender essential oil and also vanilla extract. The lavender is supposed to be good for, I guess, disinfecting, and the vanilla is just in there to smell nice, but together this smells really awesome. So I just spray it on my desk and I just clean it off. Luckily this is just contact paper. I don't know if you guys look at my Instagram or anything, but I think it was about last year this time that I got this patterned contact paper and I put it over my desk. So my stained-ish plain white desk became this really gorgeous pink and rose gold marbled surface. It's not perfect, but I love it a lot. I love working on my desk. It just looks so pretty. And the good thing about contact paper is it's really easy to change out. I'm pretty sure contact paper doesn't even really leave a residue either, so it's a good option. Also, I think I got this from Amazon, but I got this paper from the Dollar Tree. So this is actually going to be for sketchbooks, but hey, you got options. Alright, so my carousel is completely bare. So like I said, I'm going to run this under the shower head, really get it cleaned out, and then it's just going to air dry. So this area right here is going to give me the most trouble, mostly because the storage solution that I had was actually just an Amazon box that I had repurposed to hold all my paper. But since I'm moving eventually, I've been selling off things, and that particular box happened to be perfect for a product that I was shipping. So unfortunately I don't have that box anymore, and any boxes I do have are broken down to eventually be like retaped back together, if that makes sense. I break down boxes and then I flip them inside out to use them, which is good, by the way. Always repurpose your boxes. So currently I don't have anything to really help me out here. So it's kind of just been sitting here like this. I also have my sewing supplies sitting here. So this is going to be a little bit of a project that I'm going to have to maybe do off camera, just because I'm going to be back and forth, I think, trying to brainstorm ways to organize this area. So here's my before, and this is my after. This is definitely not a permanent solution because sometimes I do need to get in and out of this for my sewing projects, but it definitely looks a lot better than it did. I just put a lot of the larger format sketchbooks behind this large, not easel, what is this called? A drawing board thing? Yeah? So I put a lot of my larger format sketchbooks back here. The smaller ones are just sitting on top of each other here. I still have a lot to get through yet, just like small things, like everything that goes back in the carousel is now sitting on the desk. But I guess while I'm waiting for that to keep drying, I can go through my 3-tier drawer organizer, which I will show you guys. So this area is also kind of a mess. I tend to keep things kind of like on the floor. I know it's not really good, but I don't really have anywhere else to put things. I have a bunch of pencil cases that, for whatever reason or another, I just no longer use. So I have a bunch of extra of those. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, if they'll ever be filled. But yeah, this definitely needs to be gone through. There is apparently lotion in here, which is odd. Don't remember putting that in there. But I'm going to go through these, probably wipe and clean those out, and then get them organized as well. So a pro tip for you guys who let your paints sit in their palettes for a really long time, like me. Just get yourself some generic Kaboom spray. This is Bang. It's from the Dollar Tree. It's only $1. Super cheap. And I use an old electric toothbrush head to scrub out the paint as long as I've let it sit for like 15 minutes or something like that. I saturate this with the spray and then I let it sit and then I scrub it and it looks amazing. So this is the before and after. So that stuff works really, really well. There's not a whole lot of scrubbing involved. It's just, making sure that the paint is actually coming off the plastic. So I didn't get completely into the little nooks and crannies there. It's almost impossible. I mean, if you really took your time to do it, but this is workable. It's fine with me. So this is my 3-tier organizer. I've already gone and organized everything off camera because I didn't want this video to take forever. So this top part has always been paint, this one has always been paper, and this area down here stored my markers. So if I can open it. So this just has my paint palettes or homemade paint palettes. So lying on top, because it's the biggest one, is my Kuretake Gansai Tambi palette. I have these smaller standalone palettes here for the Kuretake brand. I also have my Little Pods. I have my Niji Pearlescent palette. I have my Pelican palette. I have my homemade solid watercolors. And I have just a little bit of gouache in this pan here. So that's just like a bunch of gouache that I just let dry. Ow, that really hurt. So they're just kind of in there all on their own. And that just sits on top because it's really the only place it fits. Now my Reeves gouache right here, I'm actually thinking of hanging on my wall, seeing as it's in its original packaging. It does have an area here for a hook. So my only thing is though, the only hooks that I have left are smaller ones that only hold maybe about a pound. Maybe less than that. So I'm hoping that, this will be a good solution, but if not, I can always buy a bigger hook and that should work just fine. So as it stands right now, I have 2 empty pencil cases behind here. I have 2 full ones right here. They just have all the random colored pencils I collected as a child, and they're all just kind of there. This has paper. So this has loose leaf, smaller cardstock paper that isn't artist quality. I also have some bought sketchbooks that my husband bought me for Christmas a couple of years in a row. And then I have all my homemade sketchbooks as well. So they all kind of sit very nicely in there. Down here I have my loose leaf binder rings for when I make sketchbooks. I have my Blick Studio markers sitting here. I also have a baggie full of I took them out of the packages, of my refill eraser sticks. I also have a roll here of standalone, I bought them individually, watercolor pencils. So those all sit in there. And then with larger things like my tin of Faber-Castell watercolor pencils, well, at least for now, it's probably gonna sit on top of my toolbox. I bought my toolbox in college. It just has all the stuff that I used at that time. So some like a cheap acrylic paint, stuff like that. Stuff I don't normally go through on a daily basis. So, oh, and then the last thing I really have is my tissue paper. It's just kind of sitting in the corner there. So that's that general area. I like it now. That's more organized. Definitely looks a lot better. Once my palettes dry that I just cleaned, they will also go in here. I like to keep everything kind of in, I like to keep categories, you know, pretty constant. So once that's done, I will deal with that. But right now I'm still waiting on that pencil carousel to dry. So I might take a little break here and I will see you guys once it's dry, and then I'll have that organized. And hopefully by the end of this, I will show you my Nook. I'll have my Nook tour. First and foremost, let's start over at the wall. So everything you see here is mounted with Command products. I love Command hooks. I wish they would sponsor me because holy crap, I could find 1,000,001 ways to use their products. So these are the large storage caddies, and I love them so much. As you can clearly tell, I use them often, and I actually have some in my bathroom and I have some in my kitchen for my spice rack. So Inktober came and went, and I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, I actually bought 5 new inks because the other one's sitting over there. I bought 5 new bottles of ink. So those are there. This hook is waiting to cure so I can put the Reeves gouache on and hopefully it won't fall down. This table, oh gosh, what is this called? Like, it's not a clipboard, a drawing board? Yeah, we'll go with that. It's mounted with the picture hanging frame, so it's like Velcro basically. And I love it because I can pull this off and just snap it back on and it stays in place. My microphone hangs on one of these things. It's a hook. I love it. And then I have my watercolor paints up here. I have some glue, some other stuff here. Here's my Frisket, my inks. I have my pens here and some glue. I have some colored pencil leads, some blue tack, and some more glue. And then here I store like wires, mostly my headphones, my wireless headphones, and this is actually some passwords that I just keep on a hook here, that way they're accessible. So here, you guys have already seen this, it's my organizer here. So everything is very well organized now. Really happy about that. This is my little caddy area. I think my mom knew that this would come in handy when she bought this desk for me years and years ago, because I am left-handed, so my hand is constantly going over here to get stuff. Now, normally, and excuse the mess that's on my kitchen table if you see it, but normally this is what I use for my camera. So this is actually a microphone stand that I actually jimmied to hold a camera. This was from a selfie stick. So I took this part off the selfie stick and I just kind of jimmied it on here so it could be a head to work on this thing, and it's worked so far for me. I might actually buy a legitimate camera arm, but for right now that works fine. This is a little desk organizer that I don't even know where I got it from. I might have got it from an ex, but this just kind of holds like little papers and things and ideas and stuff that aren't in my planner. But usually if I jot down a quick note, I stick it in here and then I forget about it apparently. This is just like my stuff that I need offhand, like my bowls for water and my ink that I transferred from the big bottle. So there's that. It's not garlic, I swear. There's some baby oil back here, and this carousel that took about 9 years to dry. It's not quite dry, but I needed to get my desk cleared off. So yeah, I really would like another carousel because I think they're just the most fantastic things to have. And I would definitely put mine to use. Now normally what sits here, and I'll probably have to push this stuff down, is my big beast of a laptop. It usually sits here pretty much constantly, but I've been having troubles with my junk laptop that is not used for YouTube. So just for right now I've been using the big one just for like little projects, like for my Google stuff. Now over here on the floor is my large format sketchbooks. They're all just kind of hiding behind this large format easel drawing pad thing. I've actually never really used that, because normally I draw small, so I kind of feel like it's just kind of wasting away there. So maybe one day I'll do a larger format drawing. So over here I have my sketchbooks just sitting because I explained earlier, and I don't know if I'm going to use that clip, so just in case I'll explain it again. I was holding all of my sketchbooks in an Amazon box, and then since I'm moving eventually, I sold some things and had to use that box for shipping. So I have sketchbooks there, my chisel tip blick markers there, some other stuff just sitting on top that needs sorted, 3 rolls of contact paper that I need to put somewhere else, and my pencil sharpener that's going to come back up here, and then pencils that I need to bring back up here. So that, my friends, is my Nook. And there you have it. That's my entire art area. It is small but mighty. I make it work as best as I can, and besides, it's called Noel's Nook, not Noel's Mansion. So, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more art-related content, I would totally appreciate if you would subscribe. And remember to draw what you love and love what you draw. And keep your art area organized.